Hi there, Stampin' friends. Welcome to Movie Monday with Jody Breckbill. I'm going to be doing a couple Movie Mondays over the next few weeks of WOW cards, and that's because I just held my WOW class this week, and these cards are definitely a little bit over the top, a little bit trickier to do, a little bit of a challenge, and so they definitely need a little bit of video tutorial to go along with that so that you can recreate more of them at home. So the first card we're going to do today is this one. It is called a Shadow Box pop-up card, and it is a direct copy from Dawn Griffith, which is awesome. She did her own video, but I'm going to do a video for you guys too, so that those who came to class and those who are viewing can create one of these at home. So we're going to start off with, we're going to use our Balloon Adventures stamp set and bundle. I don't have the bundle here. Here's a piece of it that we'll be using, actually, this part of the die. And this is in our Occasions catalog, and it will be around until the end of May. So if you love it, you better grab it. We kind of move some things out of the way here because we need to do some scoring. So we're going to take a piece of Watermelon Wonder, and you guys know the deal with Watermelon Wonder, it is leaving. So by the end of May, we will not have this color anymore. So this piece is 10.5 by 5.5, and we're going to do some scoring at 1/2 inch, 4 inches, 4.5, and 8. Okay, so that's all we'll need to do for this piece. And we're going to use our bone folder, and we're going to make these scores nice and crisp. So we definitely want to have some nice folds there. Some nice crisp folds on all of those. It just sort of starts to help get your card going in the right direction. And so when you go to attach the parts together, it really goes together nicely. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take that die, which I just had in my hand and is now gone. Oh, seriously? How does that happen? Oh, I laid it to the side. Sorry about that. Live video. Okay, so here we're going to use this die, and you want to make sure when you run this through the Big Shot, there's your 1/2 inch score right there, and then there should be 2 scores to the side. This is kind of like a book binding, it looks like. And you're going to lay the die right between the 1/2 inch score and the 4 inch score, and you're going to run this piece through the Big Shot. So if you go through this way with the balloons and on the right direction, the 1/2 inch is to your left. Run that through the Big Shot, and that will cut out the balloons that you need, and they'll be going in the right direction. So I went ahead and did that ahead of time, so it should come out looking like this. Be very careful with this die when you're taking it off, because these little strings here are so thin that they can easily rip. So the next step we're going to do is to stamp, and I'm using the Memento ink. I like the Memento with my photopolymer. So I'm going to stamp Let's Celebrate right on the banner. And then same bundle, the same die set, I punched out 3 glitter balloons, and we're going to attach them right on top of the pink balloons that we already have. So I used fine tip glue. You can use it mono adhesive or the snail adhesive if you like. You just want to make sure that you're really not getting that in between or sticking through the little holes there. So whatever adhesive you choose is just fine. So you're going to attach those onto there, and I'm not sure that I have my adhesive here. So anyway, let's pretend that these 3 get attached onto there. Then the next step we're going to do is take some of our Terran tape, and I love this tape. You just need a little bit of a heavier adhesive than the mono or the snail adhesive. So we're just going to run a strip right down the edge on that 1/2 inch score line. Peel that off. And you're just going to lay it flat. Okay, so that 1/2 inch is going to come and meet that score that you did. That's your 8-inch score. So that will just fold over. Make sure it's, close that down. Now I have to you kind of have to ask it to go lay flat a little bit, so you might have to do a little bit more scoring right there, but it should lay flat and go into your envelope. Okay, so it'll look like that, and then when you open it, it'll pop open. All right, so now we just need to create the front, and what I did was take a piece of Watermelon Wonder, and dimensions will be in on this video as well, and I die cut out a circle using our layering circle. So I went ahead and pre-did that. I just don't like to be wasteful, and this whole piece is going to be covered up, so I thought we'll just go ahead and cut that circle right out of there. Then I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White and attach that on top. So we have a little bit of a mat there. Then I have a piece of DSP from our Tasty Treats, which is the ice cream paper in our Occasions catalog. I am using also a strip of Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper, and I chose fast fused with this one just to make sure that it's going to stick well, and attach that. Actually, back up my step here. I want to attach this designer paper to that white piece. Sorry about that. I was getting ahead of myself. All right, so DSP is going to go on, and there's our layer there, and then our piece of glimmer paper right across there. And I'm going to bring back my little shadow box, and I'm going to do some adhesive on that flap. And you know, sometimes we're a little sparing on our adhesive. Don't be on this one. When you do 3D cards, it's always nice to make sure that your whole piece is going to stay together. So this is almost creating like a false front. It should cover the whole card. All right, so that's going to go on there. Okay, then on the inside, we want to cover this up. And so I took another piece of Whisper White, and we're just going to attach that on the inside. Now, this piece would be, if you're giving or sending this card, this would be where you're going to sign your sentiment. So those of us who are left-handers may not have any issue signing this card. Those of you who are right-handers might want to sign, stamp, whatever it is that you're doing for ahead of time on that piece, so then you can attach it in and you aren't trying to, you know, write something, because this card really, I guess it'll fold flat a little bit. So anyway, that's just a little tip for you guys. So there's our card really coming together. Of course, pretend I glued those in there, so it's much prettier in person. But we want to take a punch, or a punched out piece of white, and this is a 2-inch circle punch. And again, with our Memento ink, I'm just going to ink up a sentiment from the Balloon Adventure stamp set. Stamp that guy on there. No one deserves a happier birthday than you. Okay. Little bit, again, you can take your adhesive of choice. I choose Fast Fuse to stick to glimmer paper. Again, the layering circle dies, which have a scallop with them as well as a circle, so that's always fun to use those guys. Attach that together, and then we're going to go on to that circle that we cut out, the watermelon circle. So just kind of keep layering those guys up, and then our final step will be to attach it to our card front and add a pop dot. So I'm going to use all my little little pieces here on the side. Couple little dimensionals on here. That one came off without its sticker. Huh, how weird is that? Okay, peel these guys off. And then that is just going to go right on to the front of your card. So when you have your finished product, ta-da! Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. And it really is not terribly hard. I will make sure, like I said, that you have the dimensions of the cardstock as well as the score lines, and you can just make a whole bunch of these because they're so much fun and they're so pretty. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week for Movie Monday.